You're listening to Podcast PXN,
a video game podcast
delivering player experience news.
Let's go! What's up, guys? Welcome to Podcast PXN, episode 141. I am one of your hosts, Daniel Prindle, aka Dan is DTM on Twitter, and I am joined over Discord by the Nintendo aficionado, Roshan Warner, at Roro, the host of Large Popcorn and video essayist, Christian Macias, at ISO Christian, and one half of the Men and Gitch podcast, Gage Dempster, at Gilbo Biggins. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Did we ever decide what DTM means?
Of course.
Down to masturbate.
No.
Oh my God.
Dan the man, Gage. Dan the man. Jesus Christ.
I mean, if that's what you want to tell people, that's fine. I mean, I get it. We're live, and you don't.
Didn't we decide this is going to be a clean show from here on out?
No, yeah, it's Dan the man.
It was supposed to be. Sorry,
Dan
Grandma. Sorry.
Oh my
Hi.
goodness
Apologies.
gracious. This is too
I'm sorry,
much.
Grandma Warner. I am sorry about that.
Thank you.
I mean,
Thank you to everyone
okay.
watching us live and participating in the chat and listening to this great commentary. Just as a reminder, we are live each and every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on YouTube. Just search Podcast PXN. You'll find us there. Twitch.tv/Podcast PXN and Twitter at Podcast PXN. Guys, the topic of the show this week is Summer Game Fest 2022 predictions. So yeah, that's going to be lit. That's what young kids say these days. But first, the show always starts with
You
the
are
quick
such a
bites.
30-year-old.
So
Right?
let's go ahead and jump right in. Guys, the first quick bite here. Pick up this game. Tell me why for free on Xbox, Microsoft Store, or Steam for all of June. What a deal. Of course, they did this last year as well. I believe Don't Nod is the developer for this game. They are essentially doing it to give... They're saying, okay, I'll just read this. This will be easier. Pick up Tell Me Why for free on Xbox consoles, the Microsoft Store, and Steam for all of June 2022. Then give the money you've saved to trans communities. So this is in support of Pride Month. They are giving away this game for free and basically telling everyone, like, instead of buying this game, go ahead and support, these other avenues to support anti-LGBT legislation and transphobic violence going up against that kind of stuff. So make sure you guys, do that.
This rocks. I didn't know they were doing this. That is incredible. Love to see studios doing stuff like this. Also, Don't Nod just got a rebrand as well.
Oh. They're now Do Nod.
get out! Get out!
Don't Nod.
I'm kidding.
They just included a space
Oh.
in their logo.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
Got a little apostrophe as well. That's great.
Yes.
It's
Very
crazy.
good.
Punctuation.
Moving on from there, guys. New PlayStation shows are on the way, so we'll kind of combine these, and if you guys want to talk about any of these, we'll throw them all out here. PlayStation and Netflix are planning a series based on the Horizon games. So, I mean, that's Aloy. I mean, I don't know what else there is in Horizon other than Aloy, but no, the dinosaurs, the mechanical robots, everything. Anywho, moving on to the next one, PlayStation and Amazon creating a God of War series. So we'll see some, Kratos, maybe his son, maybe some adventures there. That'll be interesting, I guess. PlayStation also announces a Gran Turismo movie coming from Gage's favorite director that he wants to make a Halo TV series. Instead, he's making Gran Turismo. Gage, Neil Blomkamp is making this guy.
Definitely not my favorite director. A good director who should have done Halo.
Let me stop you right there, everyone.
I'm kidding. Sorry. Yeah, go.
This is the only one that's interesting because Neil Blomkamp is just insane enough to make Gran Turismo kind of interesting on a character level. Netflix and Amazon, I have no faith that those shows will be good whatsoever. If God of War is an animated show, kind of like akin to something like a Invincible, then that'd be interesting as well. But if it's live action, no way it's good. No way.
I'm gonna have to do a hard disagree there. I feel like
Oh, hell yeah.
I don't know, man. The Expanse is one of the best shows I've ever seen in my life, and Amazon responsible for the latter half. Season 6 I wasn't crazy about. It was still good. It was just a good season that was rushed, as opposed to Game of Thrones, which was a bad season that was rushed. So I think God of War has a decent chance. I don't really have much faith for the Horizon, though. I don't know how you're going to do that with any sort of reasonable amount of budget, unless it's animated, right? Animated is a good thing. Imagine if they got like Blur Studio or something like that, like the people that do Love, Death and Robots to do like a
Oh, there you go.
an Alloy Natives and Robots show.
Cool.
Horizon.
Could be just micro stories in the not Forbidden West, like in the world, the
That'd be
dystopia
cool.
of the US.
I haven't played either of them yet, but I heard from people that did play Forbidden West that it kind of leads, like it touches on like the greater sort of universe, and so yeah, maybe that'd be cool.
Yeah, I'm with you, Gage. I don't know. I don't know what he's gonna do with Gran Turismo. Like, I like Neil Blomkamp, but what's this movie gonna be? Is it gonna be like Fast and the Furious, or like I'm not sure. I don't know.
He falls in love with the car.
Okay.
And the car is voiced by oh, never mind, the joke's gone. It would have been really funny if I remembered his name.
This is arguably funnier. Anyway,
Anywho. In the last little bit of PlayStation news, Will Arnett is set to voice Sweet Tooth in the Twisted Metal series coming from Peacock. And I don't really know Twisted Metal that much, but like just from what I've seen and heard of Sweet Tooth, I don't really understand the casting, I guess. I love Will Arnett, but like I guess I'm confused on the casting because I feel like Sweet Tooth is like a gritty and dark character. Am I wrong in that?
So you might have missed that little tidbit, but this is going to be a comedy. It's going to be a dark comedy. They announced that a while ago.
who else is co-starring? Anthony Mackie, I think, is set to co-star.
I think he's the leading role. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Yeah, there's no way this show's good either.
I'm guessing. Yeah, no, there's zero chance. I'm guessing it's gonna be just awful. Also, Charlton Copley was the name I was thinking of. It would have been really funny if I said that, but I didn't think. He's in all of Neil Blomkamp's movies. But anyways,
That's fair.
Hell yeah.
pretend I said it and pretend it was really funny.
You know what?
Thanks for sharing.
Anytime.
You know what else you'll say hell yeah to, Christian? Returnal looks like it's headed to Steam right now. Christian just took off his headphones. I think he's done
Christian
with
not
me.
like Returnal?
No,
I love
think-
Returnal.
Oh, wait, how did he hear
you can hear
that? His headset. wasn't on.
that? They're right here.
Oh. It appears Returnal is headed to Steam. A SteamDB page features tags that accurately describe the game and some text string that mentions the Tower of Sisyphus.
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 Oh.
Sisyphus.
So yeah, you can play Returnal again, Christian.
This is going to be real interesting because they're offering Returnal with the PS Plus service, but now they're also able to purchase it on Steam. Like, something I like that Xbox does is you can have Game Pass for PC. I think it'd be really interesting if PlayStation like eventually started to build enough of a library on PC to be like, if you buy this, version of PS Plus, you can get PS Plus games on Steam. I think that'd be really cool. Xbox kind of leads the way there, but yeah, for now, it's cool to see PC players being able to play Returnal because it's one of the best games of 2021. So, try it out.
Yeah. Moving.
Before we move on, I'm just gonna toss this out live on air because I might forget by the time we get off. We should maybe do a TOTS revisiting the NVIDIA leak because so many things from that have come true. Returnal is on that leak. So just throwing that out there.
Isn't there like thousands of items in that leak?
No, there was like a good 50 or so games. Like, there's quite a bit.
Game.
There's we should revisit that because there's a bunch of things that weren't announced and have been announced since then that are also. Just wanted to throw that out there. But anyways,
Let's do it.
Sure. Moving on from there, guys, God of War Ragnarok has been rated by the Korean ratings board. So, guys, this certainly means that this game is coming this year, right? Please.
I hope not. I really hope not. I mean, yeah. I mean, yes. Of course I want. Of course I want the game. I just don't want Dan to win the fantasy draft. And if God of War comes out this year, it's all but nailing the coffin in all our leagues or teams. I guess Dan would win.
That sounds fine with me.
But I legit though, I think it is coming this year. Like, or at least they're hoping it hits this year.
Yes, that would be great. Guys, moving on here. Phil Spencer says he will recognize Raven Software's union when the Activision acquisition is completed. So his full quote here is, once the deal closes, we would absolutely support an employees organization that's in place. He told employees during the internal meeting, according to Kotaku, we think it is a right of employees and something that can be a part of a relationship between a company and people who work at the company. So yeah, this is really good news. Obviously, banking on the Activision deal going through with the FCC. I think FCC. I don't know. Whoever the regulation board or whatever that's going through the approval process. As long as that goes through, this would occur, which would already be a win for Raven and their union that they created, as opposed to what Activision has done thus far for them. So, yeah,
very cool. I'm like, whether or not he actually like wants this union, I think it's kind of a moot point, because like he's kind of damned if he didn't let this happen, right? Like how much morale would he lose by saying like, no, this is not going to go through when I take over? So
right.
By the way, this rocks.
Absolutely.
I do want to add one quick thing as well. This was tweeted out today, and I just sent it as I was taking a shower. BioWare tweeted out, BioWare supports trans rights, women's rights, and bodily autonomy. Diversity, equity, and inclusion are a cornerstone for our studio and games. We don't consider these human rights up for debate. Very cool from BioWare. That came from Gary McKay, BioWare general manager.
Yes, they follow up with Bungie and other companies. Certain Affinity, I saw they had published very similar sentiments. So, yeah, very good. Moving into our next story, Sniper Elite 5 review roundup seems to be doing fairly well. I think both Gage and I will probably have some thoughts in games we're playing. Of course, this game's on Game Pass. It's a 79 on Metacritic right now, so that's pretty solid. Christian?
I didn't know it was on Game Pass. That rocks.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So, yeah, doing pretty solid things so far. I feel like that franchise has done pretty well over the years, so more power to them for that niche.
Except for the VR port. I heard that was terrible.
Oh. Whoops. Moving on to the next one. Mafia 3 guys, developer, Hangar 13, has been hit by a large round of layoffs. Not good. Of course, this is on the back of them already having a big round of layoffs. I believe it was before Mafia 3 even came out. They had a big string of layoffs, which wasn't very good. But according to a report by Kotaku, developers at all 3 of the studio's worldwide locations were let go today. The layoffs have hit the Novato, California office particularly hard, with nearly 50 developers at this office alone losing their jobs, drastically shrinking the size of the office staff, which had just 87 employees before today. Oof. And it's, of course, they go on to say it's not the first time they've had large layoffs, both in 2017 and 2018. Apparently, there was a recently scrapped title that they were working on. I think it was a new project. And apparently, they're now planning to have the remaining developers at Hangar 13 focus on the Mafia prequel, which hasn't been announced yet, as well as another project that hasn't been announced. So, yeah, definitely sucks for that team, and I really hope that they can kind of, recover from this and make a really good prequel, because I really like that series. Mafia 2, fantastic game. Great game. Mafia 3, great characters and, great story, but that world was just not good.
Hearts out to the devs who,
Yes.
lost their jobs, like hoping they find something again soon.
Land on
That
their
sucks.
feet, yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, next up we have a canceled Marvel MMO, which I feel like was just announced like a month or two ago. It was from the developers who made DC Universe Online. They had announced that this was coming. The screenshots actually look really crazy for this game, because it looks very different than what they did for DC Universe Online. Like, it's definitely a more stylized version of characters. Many people pointed to Into the Spider-Verse as being a reference of art design for this project, which I totally see that, like with the skinny legs and the upper body, like it looks very similar to that art style. So kind of sucks because it kind of looks unique. The art style looks really cool.
I don't know. This probably would appeal to me more than anything that Avengers is doing, to be honest, because of the art style alone. And you're right. Yeah, it was announced just 6 months earlier and already got the axe. So it must have not been coming along as well as it maybe they were anticipating. Who knows?
Next story, guys. Knockout City is going free to play. I feel like this is kind of a no-brainer. I feel like a very, very good choice of game to go free to play, joining Fall Guys and all of the other games that have gone free to play recently. But they also announced there's Season 6 patch notes, which are hot off the presses, where they have map upgrades, league play, including loss forgiveness and bonus points, City of Tomorrow discoveries, street rank increase, Chrome tier, and so much more. I need to give this game another shot. I think I've talked about it before. I played in like a really early rough version of this game, and I never went to play it because I was so turned off by that early version. But apparently the game ended up coming out pretty well, and yeah.
Game rocks.
Yeah, it's super fun. I had a blast playing it as well. But now that it's free to play, because I only played the trial period, and then I didn't end up purchasing it. So it being free to play, I'm definitely down to pick it back up again.
It's all right.
Okay.
It's okay.
I do think it is smart. It is smart to shift into this. Like I don't know how much of an audience they were getting without it, and if that fan base was dying down, and I don't know if they were going to get more people with another season, and shifting to free to play just opens the doors for a lot more people to come back in. And it looks like Season 6 might be cool. I'll let you read some of the notes.
Sure. Yeah.
This is on a more positive feedback. This is absolutely the right move, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I can read all. There's a lot of notes here. Like I covered the highlights, but there's tons here. The Brawl Pass is back. The City of Tomorrow Brawl Pass Premium Edition features 100 levels of rewards. So essentially, that's just their battle pass. Among Us has infiltrated Knockout City, earn exclusive Among Us themed cosmetics in the free edition of the Brawl Pass. Deep Space Dispatches are also back. Season 6 league play, I think I mentioned that, but yeah, there's a ton here. I definitely recommend you look at, if you're interested, definitely go to their website and look at these notes, because it's literally pages of notes here of new stuff that they have.
And a map editor is coming, which is going to be absolutely insane once the community gets their hands on customizable maps. Probably be some really cool levels to try out.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So many improvements. So I'm interested to check this out when it does go free to play. Guys, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet gets release dates for November 18th. I know Rose probably going to get some excitement out of this. And we also got some footage of it in action as well. Apparently, Pokemon Company also said, as previously announced, this will be the first fully open world Pokemon game in the series, which I guess Arceus wasn't. I don't know, but we didn't.
Ghost-Stream. Sorry.
I was just going to say it was more it's not fully open world. It had certain sections. I would say that's the first open world game, but I could see why the Game Freak isn't calling it that. But yeah.
Gotcha. They also say that the game includes a world which you're free to explore at your leisure and not in any order dictated by the story. Did you guys take a look at the gameplay and are you excited about this, Ro? Does it look good?
I think it looks great. I'm definitely excited to jump into it. I think it looks better than the first reveal trailer, even though it was a lot shorter. We didn't get that much gameplay. But I think all the Pokemon look really great. The animation is definitely a step up. Honestly, I get excited for these things because it's where Pokemon should have been a while ago. So I'm glad that we're finally getting to that point where we're getting that open world, we're getting those honestly basic animations that we should have had years ago. But yeah, I'm glad that it's here. It looks awesome. I thought the legendaries looked cool. I know that's a little bit of a mixed bag for the fans right now. But yeah, I'm definitely excited to dive into a fully open world Pokemon game, and the professors are hot, so I'm down.
The professors are hot. 10 out of 10, Roshan. We're gonna post that on our review.
I'm gonna out myself as a hater. Okay.
Oh no.
These Pokemon games just aren't for me. Like, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Like, they haven't been for me since like Game Boy Color. Like, I've tried, and
yeah,
I don't know. I think it's kind of a shame that a lot of Nintendo games like look the way they do visually. Sometimes. I mean, I'm of two minds because for me, I think it looks more visually appealing than Arceus did. Is it Arceus? I've heard that's like the proper pronunciation. Doesn't matter.
I say Arceus, but I don't know.
Arceus
Like
sounds right.
I like the art style a lot actually of Scarlet and Violet, but then I look at like the environments. Like the environments don't really look that great. And like if they had maybe shifted into like a different art style rather than more like a realistic, just kind of more, I don't know, stylish, cartoonish, whatever you want to call it. I think that could go a long way to like, I don't know, change some kind of appeal for me.
I don't know if you guys saw this going around, and it was making the rounds on Twitter a couple of weeks ago, where they used the original, like I'm trying to remember his name, but the original artist for Pokemon, but they brought it into like a 3D format, and it was like the beautiful watercolor art style that's using like the 2D concept art, but they put it in like in game form, and it was 3D, and it looked beautiful. Like that's what I think a lot of people would want. And if Pokemon were to do something like that, or even go like cell shaded, or just something more unique and just like vibrant and beautiful, instead of trying to make these weird 3D things that don't look quite right, I think it'll be a lot better for it. So I could totally see how people are feeling with the art style and stuff.
Totally. Yeah, that looked really cool, Ro. I know what you're talking about.
It was so cool.
All right, moving into our last quick bite, guys. John Madden has returned to the cover of Madden NFL 23 as a tribute to the NFL legend. I thought that was really cool. Of course, this has been rumored for a little bit that this would be happening, but now we get actual confirmation that it is happening. And yeah, of course, he passed away last year, so very cool tribute to probably the biggest influence on NFL video games and that there will ever be. But yeah, very cool.
Very cool indeed.
Going into our street meet, guys, where we talk about some rumors and the gossip and such. There is a possible leak for the State of Play tomorrow from Sony. Of course, this comes. Oh, sorry.
Which I haven't seen.
Oh,
I've only seen like the jokes about it, the Bloodborne cards, but I haven't seen the leak. So if we're gonna cover it, this is the first for me. Just
okay.
Putting that out there. Be gentle.
All right. Do you want us to not leak it?
No, I don't care. It's fine.
Okay. All right. I just want to make sure.
As long,
So let me preface this. This is not from a reliable leaker at all. This is just some random person. It's a convincing mock-up. It looks like something that might be sent out, but this person has no track record. So this is very much like massive bag of salt. Very well could be totally wrong.
I'm saying this for posterity because I want my predictions to reflect me and not this guy.
Right.
True.
Anyway.
So this leak, I agree, looks very legitimate, especially from what Sony has said is going to be at the event. Of course, we've known what that's going to be, so he could skew the list to that, but it still seems pretty plausible. They've got a list here. Stray is on here as starting out the show is Project Destructive, which is just an announcement trailer. I don't know what that is going to be, but maybe some kind of car game or something. Stray is in here. Street Fighter 6 trailer. Project Eve, Forspoken, of course, we've seen many times before. Little Devil Inside, Tachia, PlayStation VR 2 overview, which obviously we're going to get that. Some kind of VR 2 background. Modern Warfare 2 PSVR 2 support, which has already been rumored as well.
I would love
sources. Yeah. Resident Evil Village Last Hopes update plus PSVR 2 support, which would be really, really cool. Avatar Frontiers of Pandora plus PSVR 2 support, which that'd be insane. That would be
a really sweet.
I don't buy it.
Damonium.
Demonium.
Demonium. Okay. Plus PSVR 2 support. I don't know what Demonium is, but and then Resident Evil 4 remake. I'm assuming 2023. Which, man, that would be really sick.
That would be a showstopper.
Yeah.
That would be quite a way to end your show.
Yeah.
There's really cool stuff in here, but now we know that it is fake because we got confirmation of stuff that is going to be in the show, like Call of the Wild Horizon VR game, and nowhere on this mock-up is that listed. So,
where was that confirmed?
By PlayStation.
Oh, I didn't know. I missed that.
Well, then I just
There you
read
have
this
it.
for no reason. Don't take anything what I just said.
This hunk of street meat turned out to not be good. It happens. It's street meat.
This street meat is spoiled.
I will say though, like what they were saying, there's like some. Well, when we get to it, I have predictions that are kind of similar to what this leak is. So who knows? There could be some merit there for sure.
Right.
Okay. Our other street meat this week, guys. There's a database leak reportedly showing Stray and its release date, which is July 19th, 2022. They say maybe it's just placeholder, but that seems oddly specific to be a placeholder date. That's too specific, and it's a Tuesday, which games a lot of times release on Tuesdays, so that makes sense. And also, TMNT Shredder's Revenge also has been found in a PlayStation database coming June 16th, which they say also it could be placeholder, but again, that would make sense for that game because we've seen it many times already, and we've gotten a really good look at the gameplay from that game, so it seems legit. Yeah.
This is kind of spoilers for what you got for me, but I can just throw it out now. I'm currently working on a project of games that I think should come to the new PlayStation Plus service. Without spoiling like what's like in my video, I will say it would be a shame and a miss from Sony if they didn't have either of these two games eventually come to the service, like at or near launch.
Yeah, agreed. And they're not like huge games, so that wouldn't be too hard to get, I wouldn't think. So
stay tuned to my Twitter next week.
Ooh.
For the video.
Or don't if you don't want to, because Christian's not the boss of you.
That's true.
Jesus.
You got me there.
All right.
I need something, Gage.
I'm just here to keep you in check. That's it.
Moving into our PXN news of the week, guys. Star Wars Jedi Survivor was announced by Respawn last week at the end of the week, coming in 2023. Guys, we got a really good look at the game in terms of CG, and my gosh, is Cal Kestis looking real upgraded, looking real nice.
I kind of really like the fan theory that Cal Kestis will show up in Obi-Wan.
That would
the
be
TV show.
sick.
That'd be awesome.
And the reasoning behind this is that it's set in the same exact time period, and that Cal Kestis' new model looks more like the actor rather than like he did it, as opposed to how he did look in the first game. So he looks, yeah.
That'd be so cool.
Who's that guy in the tank though? The water tank. Who is that? Is it me?
It's you. You're texting from that tank.
Oh, get over it, dude.
Sorry.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm really excited. Jedi Fallen Order I thought was fantastic. A little bit like choppy, you know, like it didn't perform the best, but like I got over it because I thought the gameplay was fun enough, and I thought the like story was like absolutely incredible. I thought it was a baller Star Wars story. Like I enjoyed this game as much as I did like what were the other Star Wars games on PS2, GameCube era? The Force Unleashed.
Force Unleashed, yeah.
Yeah,
Have you-
I liked it. Please go ahead.
Have you played the upgraded versions, Christian? The PS5 Series X version?
Oh, a Fallen Order.
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
Oh,
Just because I got like near. Is it?
Yeah. Very smooth.
Is there jank? Some jank?
I didn't like play the whole thing or anything, but I played like the whole intro sequence, and it's very nice. It's very nice to look at. 60 FPS.
What a pretty game.
And the second PXN news of the week, guys, is something that I'm sure Ro and Christian are just like screaming from the hilltops. You know,
Gotta go fast.
Look at you.
gotta go fast. Sonic Frontiers got a nice big gameplay look from IGN. IGN has a IGN First with them for the month of June. So they're going to be going into a deeper dive into the game the entire month. But we got 7 minutes of gameplay from this game. How did it look, Ro? Are you excited for Sonic Frontiers after seeing this 7 minutes of gameplay?
Yes, I'm excited. But I shouldn't be. Is definitely where I think my reaction is. But I am excited. It's a new Sonic game. It's open world. I'm going to be excited for it. What we saw was interesting. I think the traversal looks fun. The open world itself, I think, is what I said on Twitter. It kind of looks kind of empty. And seeing Sonic just in this huge open world by himself, just looking at a bunch of structures, is a little weird, especially in the format that isn't normally Sonic. But I hope they populate it a little bit more with hopefully NPCs or something that he can interact
Enemies?
with. And there are going to be enemies. There was like maybe more, hopefully more. Yeah, you're right. There wasn't that many things for him to interact with besides ramps and stuff, which is Sonic, but I was hoping for a little bit more, and hopefully we'll see more as the month goes by. The combat looked cool in the teaser that we saw yesterday, so I'm excited to see them dive into that in another video later on. But him running on water, running up the walls, and doing all that stuff, that excited me. But at the same time, there's a lot in here that I'm a little trepidatious about. But all in all, I'm excited. I'm going to play this no matter what. But yeah, I'm a little bit mixed on it for sure.
For me, I think this game looks insanely rough. For it to be presented in this way, like it still looks very like early development. There's like a lot of frame rate dips, just overall jank with the way Sonic moves and interacts with like boxes around the world that they just explode near him. And I get that it's an IGN First, but for this to drop and like have no VO, just like one continuous long piano playing for 7 minutes straight, made the video feel insanely more empty. Like I desperately need like a dude or someone talking to me every now and then to explain the things that I'm looking at every now and then. I mean, we're gonna get that eventually. Which I don't doubt that, but like I was kind of hoping for more. I was hoping to like be like, oh man, I can't wait to play this. It looks fun, even though like I'm sure it won't be that great. Now I'm just kind of like almost depressed just looking at it.
No.
Like at the beginning, he climbs a tower and like he gets to the top and then there's just nothing there, and then he just leaves, and I'm like, oh, well then why are you showing me this?
Yeah.
And the puzzles, I thought, like there's a specific puzzle at the end, the treadmill puzzle, quote unquote, that he got on and ran on it for about 3 seconds, and then it completed, and then he got the equivalent of a Korok seed. I don't know what those things are. These red orbs. I don't know. I was really hoping for this to be like hell yeah, finally 3D Sonic is back, and now I'm just like, oh, 3D Sonic is back. We'll see how it goes. There's no way, Gage is right, there's no way it gets higher than like mid-70s, but will I still play it? Probably. Why not? If it's fun enough, why not?
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to comment on what Christian said earlier, where it's like it looked rough, and I was watching the gameplay, and as soon as he said it looks rough, there was like a bunch of platforms that just popped in without not loading properly. And yeah, there was a couple of moments in the footage that definitely looked rough for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say, Ro. The pop-in is extremely noticeable. And actually, it kind of reminds me of Halo Infinite's first showing in 2020, where it had pretty bad pop-in and like the shadow distances weren't very good and there was lots of bugs and stuff. I think this game probably would benefit from a delay, in all seriousness. Like I said that jokingly in our Twitter chat because I counterpicked this game and I don't want it to be good and then end up losing points. But no, in all seriousness, this game would definitely benefit from a delay because, like you're saying, Ro, the open world seems empty. There's technical issues like Christian was saying as well. And it definitely could be cleaned up with a delay. Like, I don't think that the game looks, terrible or anything. I just don't think it like impresses.
Yeah. And for all I know, it could be like super fun to control and like move around, pop a podcast on and just kind of knock some stuff out at Sonic. Like that could be really fun, but as of now, I'm just not impressed.
Yes. Agreed. All right, guys. We're gonna reveal the PXM best next week, so make sure you guys come back next week for that. That's a little tease. We've already discussed it. But we're gonna move into what you got for me, Daniel. Okay. Thanks, Daniel. I played mini golf some more VR with Christian, and I actually won 2 out of the 3 matches. Well, technically we played 4, but we didn't finish the 4th one because Christian's headset died. But I won 2 out of the 3 complete ones for once. So
I have no excuse. I biffed 2 holes on each of the levels. Like I just screwed it, and I could not catch up to Dan. Dan was having like a great game. There was one moment I want to point this out. He got that on the ground and pulled a Tiger Woods. I saw him get his club out and like measure the line that he needed to hit to get the hole, and he long putted it. It was fantastic.
Honestly, I was just doing that just to be stupid, and then I somehow sunk the putt, and it's probably the longest putt I've ever hit in real life or in VR. So it was insanely lucky.
Gage, come play with us.
Yes.
I will do it.
Yes, come play with us, Gage. Sniper Elite 5, I played with Gage yesterday. I think it was yesterday, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Or 2 days ago. I don't know. The days
the
run together. But no, yeah. I'm probably a little bit harder on this game than the reviews have been, and I'm sure Gage will tell you here in a few his thoughts as well, but I didn't find the fun yet in this game. Maybe I need to give it another shot, but we played multiplayer together, and I literally have no patience whatsoever. So everyone on the map is literally hiding in bushes and camping and all this stuff that I freaking hate. So I'm literally the one idiot running around the map trying to find people to kill, and I keep getting sniped in the face. So I had 0 kills one match, 0 kills and about 18 deaths or something. And I'm just like, I hate this. I never want to even play this again. But I'll give it another shot. But I also played the campaign a little bit. But to be fair to it, I only played for like 20 minutes, if that. And I invaded other people's worlds, which I thought was pretty cool. It has like a versus mode where you can invade someone's campaign and try to kill them while they're doing their campaign missions, which is pretty neat. But yeah, I need to give it more of a shake. Initial impressions, I've been a little lukewarm on it, but we'll see. And also, this Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to drop my Jeff Keighley predictions for the game, or not the Game Awards, Summer Games Fest for his showcase event next Thursday. So that's coming. My prediction's coming Friday. Stay tuned for that. And it's Dan is DTM on YouTube now. I finally got my URL, youtube.com/Dan is DTM.
That PlayStation video I watched was really good. I mean, I watched like 2 or 3. I think I watched like 2 or 3 of your videos. They're really good.
Thank you, Christian. Thank you. Even though that PlayStation video was pointed for a showcase event, and then they announced the state of play, I'm like, crap, that's not what this video was for. But all right, Ro, what you got for me?
Don't say it.
Nothing.
Oh,
I got nothing for you, Dan. Again, for the 4th week in a row now? I think I'm not even going to tell you guys, like, yeah, next week I hope to play this, because probably going to come back next week and tell you guys nothing. In 3 weeks, I have my reading week. I will play something then, if I don't before then. But nothing. I got nothing for you. I'm very excited to hear Christian talk about his game, though. So, Christian, if you're next, I'd love to hear about it.
Yeah, what you got for me, Christian?
Yeah, like I said earlier, I do have a video going up early next week, and that's games we want on the new PS Plus. And I collabed with someone who I won't announce yet until the video goes live, but it's a pretty cool video. Going insane mode on the edits, so hopefully I'll have more to say next week. Anyway, yeah, I finally finished Citizen Sleeper. I sunk a lot of time into it. I mean, a lot of time. It's a short game. I beat it in about 6 hours. And it is a certified Game of the Year contender.
Oh,
like,
wow.
Yeah, the game is that good. It takes a while to start up, and I'll admit, like, the gameplay is probably not for everyone because it's a it's an RPG game. It's a dice-based RPG game, and almost kind of a like visual novel, as Ro has said when he started playing it. But the writing is stellar, interstellar, if you will. It takes place in space. It's phenomenal. It's some of the best sci-fi, like grounded sci-fi I've experienced in recent memory. The ending left me like in tears. The ending that I ended up getting left me in tears. Just like watching the credits roll. Some of the best music in a game in quite some time. It's just a great game, and it's in Game Pass. I think everyone should play it, or at least try it.
Heck yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. Citizen Sleeper rocked.
Gage, what you got for me?
I have been playing Sniper Elite 5. You never would have guessed it.
What?
I'm actually enjoying it quite a bit. A lot, not a lot more than I thought it was. It's definitely. I was talking about this with you when we were playing it, and I don't think your opinions on it are going to change because it's not for everyone. Sniper Elite is very much it's that type of game that somehow managed to slip past the mid 2000s. It's very much that B tier middle market game where it's not quite AAA, but it's not quite indie. So it's definitely got a lot of jank to it for sure. But I am absolutely having a blast with multiplayer. I haven't played the campaign yet. I probably won't because there's other things I need to work on. But it's fun. I like it a lot. I very much like games that have some sort of hook to their gameplay. So like you have a shooter, but you've got to, instead of just point and shoot, you've got to adjust for your wind and your bullet drop and all that stuff. And I love doing that on the fly. I like doing the math in my head and trying to make these crazy shots. And contrary to Dan, I'm very good at Sniper Elite multiplayer. So that's probably also why I'm enjoying it. I'm sure if I was not good at it, I would probably have already given up on it. I'm having quite fun with that. Modern Warfare and Halo Infinite. I'm just bouncing back between those. I very much like Modern Warfare because it's, like I said earlier on the previous show, I play Halo. That's what I go sweaty in. That's the game I love. But it's a very high skill ceiling game. It's very sweaty, so it's fun to jump into Modern Warfare, take a break, and just sort of run around like a madman and not really worry. So that's what I've been playing recently.
Cool. And contrary to Gage, I'm actually good at Halo Infinite. Moving on to the topic of this. I'm just kidding, Gage.
You're not. This man's nuts at Halo.
I'm kidding. Moving into the topic of the show, guys. Summer Game Fest 2022 predictions. We're going to start with the PlayStation State of Play predictions, guys. Of course, the PlayStation State of Play was just announced, and we're going to see a sneak peek at some games in development for PlayStation VR 2, as well as reveals from Sony's third-party partners. And so, yeah, this will be an interesting show, half-hour show. I guess I'll start with us here while you guys think about what you want to pick, and we'll go round robin on some predictions here. So this is going to be kind of pick from my predictions that I had for my showcase event, because obviously some of them apply here. I think we're going to see an announcement from Astrobot developer
Team Asobi, let's
Team
go.
Asobi, yes. And we're going to see some kind of Astrobot follow-up for PSVR 2 as a launch title for PSVR 2, along with, the rumors that Horizon is. But yes, that would be very exciting. And I like I said in my PlayStation predictions, like they are such a good developer to like take the technology and like craft something amazing around it. So like the amazing work that they did with Asher's Playroom with the PS5 controller is absolutely incredible. Like just making that controller feel so unique in every single, puzzle that you did in that game. It was so cool. So I'm very interested to see like what they could do with a follow-up for Astrobot for PSVR 2 with that technology. Because I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but the PS5 controller technology is built into the PSVR 2 controllers too, right? The trigger stuff.
Yeah, it will have adaptive triggers.
Yeah, so that would be so cool. I'm very intrigued by that. But yeah, that's my first one.
I'm writing these down for posterity. That way we have a record.
Sure. So Ro, would you like to go or?
Yeah, I can go.
Okay.
So mine's a little bit more on the low key scale, I guess. My first prediction, but kind of based off of the NVIDIA leaks that Gage brought up to us earlier. There is a specific Sony game that I loved that I played on the Vita back in the day, called Helldivers, and apparently there is a sequel to be announced based on the NVIDIA leak. And I think this would be a perfect state of play to announce the sequel to Helldivers 2, among other indies that I'll probably talk about coming up in my other predictions. But yeah, Helldivers is an awesome game, like a top-down twin-stick shooter, I believe it's twin-stick. But yeah, I love that game on the Vita. Lots of fun. I think it was on the PlayStation 4 too. But yeah, it'll be awesome for that game to come back. I think it would do well.
It was on PS4, and I played a lot of it.
Yes,
it's good.
It's a great game. Great game.
Christian, you want to go?
Listen, there's lots of speculation whether or not God of War will be here, right? There's obviously the chance. Sony has said that they're going to focus on third-party partners, right, and VR. But people still hold out hope, and so I'm going to, predict right here and right now, that God of War does not show up at all for the state of play, and instead, God of War will have its own state of play in July.
That'll be awesome.
Yeah.
That'll be a lot better.
Okay.
Be cool. Yeah.
Okay, I like this. We're getting a little spicy, so I'm just going to jump right into mine. My first prediction. God of War is there as a surprise.
Whoa!
It gets
Hell
a
yeah.
teaser. Does not get a gameplay trailer. It gets another teaser and a release date. So mine doesn't necessarily conflict with Christian's because they could tease it and say, you'll hear more about us in a couple months. But I think God of War will absolutely be there in some way. I say teaser and release date.
So you think we're gonna get a release date with no like hard gameplay or anything? Like you?
Sure, it's been done before. I mean, there's been tons of games that have been given a release window and only a teaser, and then you see it a couple months later.
Yeah,
I think if the game's coming out, they gotta let people know soon. I mean, they have nothing this fall, right? I mean, the rumored Last of Us remake might be coming out this fall, and God of War is supposedly coming out this fall. I mean, it was just recently rated South Korea, like we talked about. So I feel like if it is coming out this fall, which I think it is, they need to let people know, and sooner rather than later.
Dan, for the record, what is hard gameplay?
I just mean like substantial gameplay because I feel like we got a little bit of
Hard.
gameplay already. So
No, I refuse to believe that's a gameplay trailer. I will stand by it.
I don't think it's a gameplay trailer, but we did get some gameplay.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah. So.
Is there such thing as flaccid gameplay?
Moving on, please.
Grandma, I'm so sorry, Grandma. Oh, Jesus. Moving on here, I'm going to go with a third-party prediction here, guys. And this might be, I don't know. This might be something that they would hold for the showcase event, but I'm going to go for it here anyways. Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2 trailer with a release year of next year. So 2023 release. Yeah.
Dan, you're an absolute madman.
Well, because the thing is, like, the first game came out, in 2020? So 3 years. I feel like that's fair enough for, like, if they're using the same engine, which I feel like they would. So,
How long did it take them to make the first part?
well,
Like 8 years.
Yeah, but, engine technology, I feel like if it's the same engine, they can continue the story that they already know the story. They know what the story, essentially is. So, like, surely it can't be that hard. I don't know.
Let me go next.
We'll see.
Okay.
Let me go next because I don't think Final Fantasy VII Remake 2 is going to be there, okay?
Okay, go for it.
Instead, Final Fantasy 16 gets a trailer and a release window of February 2023.
That was on my list too. Yes. Yeah, I think it's going to be 16 over 7 as well. I think it's going to be a while until we see 7. Unfortunately, I would love it if it was got a trailer tomorrow over 16. That'd be dope. But yeah, I think 16 is going to be there tomorrow probably, if any Final Fantasy game at all. Yeah.
Okay. Ro, do you have a second
Oh,
one? that you
yeah.
Okay.
We kind of talked about this earlier as well, but I'll kind of lump it together with my other thing, which is new indies. Yes, I kind of mentioned that already, but I was going to say yes, TMNT release date. Yes, I think that'll be in like a sizzle reel maybe, or maybe it'll get its own little clip at the end. But I think Oxenfree might be there too. We got an announcement trailer, I think, at another PlayStation event, or was it the Game Awards? I don't remember which one it was, but I'm pretty sure Oxenfree has shown up at a PlayStation something in the past. and we're still waiting on a release date. It's supposed to be coming out this summer, I think, if not 2022, and we still don't have a release date. So maybe they'll show it here at the PlayStation State of Play. So yeah, TMNT release date, as we speculated in Street Meet, gets the release date, and Oxenfree 2 also gets a release date.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Oxenfree 2 is a console exclusive on PlayStation. So
Oh, okay. So that's probably why I had them associated. I forgot about that. Nice.
Gage.
Second
Excellent.
prediction.
Yeah.
Take a look at the old notepad here. Yes, I see. PlayStation VR 2 price and release date. Whoa! Price and release date. I don't care.
Okay, what's the price? What's the release date?
Oh, yeah. Do I have to be that specific? Release date is
No, but not for your prediction, but like just for the fun right now.
just for the fun of it. Okay, I would, if I had to guess, I would say March 2023 is release date. Price. How much is the PS5 American?
That's exactly what I'm thinking. The disc version, correct? $500 US.
I'm asking. Yeah, I don't know what the US price is. I don't know what
The disc
price is.
version is $500 US.
So for $499.
Yeah.
It's gonna be $400.
Yeah, right. No, it's. Sorry, I'll get
I
you first.
honestly think they might have the confidence to price it at $499.
You and me, Gage, are like this today.
Yep.
Like
I
this.
honestly think they would, because the amount of the haptics. Yeah, I think $499, and I think March 2023.
Insane.
It is an upper echelon VR, like up there with the quality of the Valve Index. Like,
It has
it's not-
more. It has more in common with Valve Index than it does Oculus. Don't get it twisted.
Yep.
Don't get it twisted
Mhm.
at all. Or Meta, whatever the fuck it's called now. Sorry, Grandma.
I think you guys are spot on with the price, but I think summer 2023. That's what I'm thinking.
So we're gonna have to take out a loan to buy it in Canada. Gotcha. Okay.
Exactly. Yeah. $499 American, $6,322 Canadian.
Okay.
If Joe Biden said we're not gonna give you any money for student loans, instead we're gonna give everyone VR2s, I'd be like, you know what?
All right, sure.
That the country would experience unprecedented peace.
No, I want student loan forgiveness.
That would be nice. That would be nice.
Yeah.
All right. Third predictions, guys. I'm gonna just say this: Sony announces that they have acquired FromSoft. Boom.
I like it.
There you go.
I like it. At the state of play though, at the third. Oh, it is a third-party state of play. Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah.
that's a good one. I
Here's
like that.
this
I didn't even think of that.
Third-party developer that now is ours. Boom.
That we have a history
Yeah.
relationship. Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Christian would cry if that happened.
Why would I cry?
Well, I mean,
Oh, like good, like
happiness.
happy tears.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
I don't care. It doesn't matter. I want people to play From Software games.
What's your third prediction,
Okay.
Christian?
Oh, going to me next. Oh, sorry. 'Cause I
I-
skipped row last
I
time.
know we're out of order, so you know.
Okay, then in that case, I'm gonna make my last one spicy because I have 4. The fourth one's kind of boring.
Yeah.
And I mentioned it earlier. Stray release date, and it is coming to PS Plus Premium.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
Nice.
that's solid.
Solid prediction.
I like that
That
a lot.
is.
I like that. Bro, what's your third?
My third is not gonna happen, but I don't got anything better. But The Last of Us Remastered gets
Ooh.
teased at the end of the show. I doubt that will happen, but that would be awesome. I see this happening maybe later in the year. Not even at a state of play, they just tease it. But if it happens tomorrow, that would be awesome. I'd like that.
I would also love that.
Yeah, and maybe they tease factions after the teaser for Last of Us. Not gonna happen, but maybe it could.
See, a lot of the leakers that are well known and have really solid track records are saying that Sony is having their conference, like their big showcase, in September. So like, assuming that that's true, and again, a lot of these people have really good track records. It's like, I feel like you gotta plant seeds before that, right? You can't just hold your cards until like 2 months before these games come out. If say Last of Us Remake and God of War both coming out in the fall. I feel like you have to start dropping seeds sooner.
Hmm.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I definitely think that's a bit pie in the sky, but that'd be
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
awesome.
Gage, you got a third prediction?
I do have a third prediction. And this is, I mean, keeping in theme with everybody else's except for Rashan's, which is just balls to the wall. But this is a pretty safe one. I just put Modern Warfare 2 teaser. I don't think it would be fucking awesome if there was some sort of PSVR component. But I think my prediction is more along the lines of the Going Dark trailer for the reboot they got. Something there, it's in engine,
Yeah.
but it's cinematic and it's just a quick little get you pumped, and then they'll show more at the Summer Games Fest next weekend. So Modern Warfare 2 teaser is my third. I do have a fourth if we want to go there, but those are my three.
Probably.
I mean, I could say my fourth for fun as well.
sure, go for it.
Gage, you start.
Oh, you start.
I'm not okay. I'm not writing this down. Like this is a competition. This is just for fun.
Right.
I'm not doing this for points. My boring one was that Street Fighter 6 gets a reveal here.
Okay.
Hmm.
My fourth is balls to the wall. It's not boring. My fourth is that Rockstar makes an appear, and it's either
Oh,
Red Dead remake or some sort of ever so slight tease for GTA 6.
Whoa, interesting.
Yeah.
That'd be
sex
cool.
confirmed.
I think Rockstar needs a good PR win lately, and I think the best way to do that is to get people excited about something else, so they're not thinking about all the things that they fucked up.
So that's our state of play predictions. Christian,
Before we move on,
yes.
I was scrolling up because I'm writing this down on my personal doc, and I realized that we also did another predictions episode at the beginning of the year titled 2022 Video Game Predictions. Let me tell you, I went through them, and it's interesting how many points we have and don't have.
I wonder if we should do a recap episode like for thoughts and just see, because
Yeah.
I totally
So
forgot
far?
about that.
I forgot as well.
Yeah. I totally forgot we did that. Yeah.
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 That'd be cool.
Christian, do you have time to do your prediction? Okay.
Yes.
Do you want to continue doing round robin, or do you just want to do your predictions before you
Let's
go?
do round robin. I got
Okay.
time.
Okay, just want to make sure. So Jeff Keighley's showcase, we're going to go into next, guys, which is his June 9th event. Very excited for this event. Jeff Keighley's the best. But my first prediction for his event, guys, is, and this is a little tease for my video coming Friday because these haven't been revealed yet. But I think the show will include a trailer from the Callisto Protocol, revealed with a release date of October 31st, 2022.
Spooky.
Halloween release date.
When was
So-
it? You said October?
Yeah, October 31st, which it's not really a video game release date because it falls on a Monday, but I can
They'll
hope.
do it for like the branding of
Yeah.
Halloween. Yeah.
That'd be cool.
So
Yeah.
then I'm just gonna I'll just say that I had the same thing. I said Callisto.
I had the
Protocol.
same as well.
Gameplay plus release date is what I put. So
Nice.
all three of us have that.
Okay.
I also think
Well-
October.
Beautiful. Okay. So do you
Can we all have this? Can we all write this down as a saying?
Sure.
You know? Can we allow this?
Okay.
I don't have October. I just have Callisto Protocol reveal trailer plus gameplay.
Sure. Yeah, we can all write it down. That's fine. We all have good minds, Ro said it too, right, Ro?
If it'll get me a point, I said it. Yeah.
I'll do it for points.
No, I did not say it. I didn't.
Do you have a different prediction, Ro?
I do. I have a prediction. We've heard some rumblings, some rumors, some whispers that this game is getting a new entry in its franchise.
Ooh.
My prediction is that BioShock 4 gets a reveal at the Summer Games Fest. And it is coming out this year. I don't have a month. Maybe November, I guess. That seems to be the month that I like to target sometimes. Holiday season. But yeah, BioShock 4 gets its reveal at Summer Game Fest. And it's targeting this year, later this year.
I didn't even think of that.
Yeah,
That is a
it's a
killer
sexy
prediction.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And I feel like that's the perfect caliber of game for Summer Games Fest. Not quite big enough to be a huge selling point at either of the big ones, but that'll like be one of the biggest things at Summer Game Fest. That's a fucking killer prediction.
Thank you. Hopefully it happens. Hopefully it happens. Fingers crossed.
All right. So since that was Callisto was all of our first ones, I guess I'll do the second one. My second one is going to be a little bit more of a tame prediction, but I think Warner Brothers is going to have a big presence at Jeff's show, which means I think we're going to see Multiversus get a official open beta announced with a new trailer. So
That's a
right
good
now
one.
it's in closed testing right now, and people have been testing it out and such, and happy and giving good feedback on it. So an open beta would really, really, I think, excite people to get into the game.
And it's live right now.
Yes,
Mhm.
exactly.
Shadow drop it. That'll be awesome.
So, Gage, you have a second one?
I do indeed. Sons of the Forest gameplay and release date trailer. Sons of the Forest is I think every time it's been revealed at a show, it's always been something of Jeff Keighley's. It was first announced at Game Awards 2018, I want to say, and then it had another quick trailer at one of his events, either Summer Game Fest or another Game Awards. So I think that would be the perfect time. They're targeting. I don't know if they have a release date yet. Let me just double check that. I think they said fall of 2022, but I mean, they delay this game all the time. Yeah, the most recent one is May 20th, and that's already come and gone. So, yep, I'm gonna say gameplay, good, nice, juicy gameplay trailer, and a release date from Sons of the Forest at the Summer Game Fest.
Releases January 1st, 2023, so Gage can't get any points.
I mean, yeah, what's the difference now? I mean,
Kidding.
last place is last place.
Christian, what's your second prediction?
Let's see here. Okay. I don't think this is going to happen, but I want to will it into existence. So I am predicting Hellblade 2 gets a new trailer with a release date slated for late November.
Oh. Wow. That'd be a good get for Jeff, too. Not at Microsoft show.
Yeah.
All right. I can get behind that. Ro,
Yes, sir.
what you got?
How many are we doing? We're doing 3 again? This one? Okay. So my next one, I saw Jeff's partners, and Atlas was one of them. And I think every single time that I see Atlas's name, I think we finally get a reveal for Project Refantasy. Because that game has been in development for a very long time. It's about time we see that. Persona 6, I don't think we're going to see anytime soon. I think that's in development too. But I'm hoping we finally see Project Refantasy, which is Atlas's next like RPG sort of game that they're working on. That's outside of the Shin Megami Tensei Persona universe. So yeah, I'm hoping that they finally reveal that. So that is one of my picks. Atlas does kind of cover more than Shin Megami Tensei and Persona, but that's kind of what they're known for the most, I think. So yeah, hopefully it's a new RPG from them. And my prediction, Project Refantasy. Yeah.
Heck yeah. Similarly, around Christian's last prediction, I'm going to predict this instead of Sony's event. Bloodborne PS5 port/remaster will get announced with a PC version coming this year.
Day and date?
Yes.
Oh,
Coming this year.
Okay. Day and date with PC. I like it.
Or wait,
changing
maybe
my
not
prediction.
day and date. Maybe like a month apart. Like a small
But
amount.
closing the gap is the
Yeah.
important part. You think they're going to
Yeah.
close that gap
Yes.
between PS5 and? Okay, I like it.
Yeah. And it's not like, it's obviously not a new game. It would just be, a remaster or port or whatever you want to call it. So,
Right. I think the remakes would be a really good way for them to test the water with the day and date and see how much pushback. Like Last of Us remake would be a perfect thing to throw because the game's really 9 years old,
Yeah.
right? But
Yeah.
yeah, that's cool. I like that idea.
Age, what's your
Third and final prediction. I'm using Rashan's little strategy here too. I was looking at the partners earlier. I couldn't help but notice Skybound was on there. I'm saying Telltale's The Expanse gets a gameplay trailer and release date. And
Nice.
sign me the fuck up. I am so
Yes.
ready. I absolutely love that universe. You want to talk about grounded sci-fi, Christian? You need to give The Expanse a good run for its money. It's fantastic.
Okay.
I can't wait to see this game. I love that it just happens to be my favorite character from the TV show that's getting her own spin-off. They
Drama.
brought the drummer, yeah, and they brought the actress back for it. Like it's just everything that is perfect about this. I can't wait. So I'm hoping for not only hoping, but I predict that they will have a game release.
Oh,
That's a good one. It was announced at the Game Awards, right? The
Yes.
the original, yeah. So yeah,
It was,
I'm ex-
yeah.
Well,
I'm
the
excited.
pre-show, I think, of the Game
Right.
Awards too, right?
The
Yeah.
pre-show, yep. You are right. Yep.
Christian, what's your last?
So, not my last. I decided to get rid of the Callisto Protocol as my official prediction. I'll let you guys have. I'll let you guys have the points. You know,
Wow.
if that happens, you know, right?
Okay.
Because if my last one happens, then that'd be huge for me. Otherwise, so here's my second and my third. My second one, a Resident Evil Bang Bang. Okay, we get Resident Evil Village DLC, showing off, as well as RE4 remake getting a tease.
Yes.
Nice.
My final
yeah.
prediction. My final. Elden Ring DLC is teased.
Wow.
Cool.
I'd heard a few people saying the same thing, and I was like, "Is it too early for that?"
I think it might
don't-
be too early.
I feel like it is,
Dude,
but I don't know.
So I looked it up. Here's the timing. For earlier FromSoft games,
Mhm.
they come out a year later after release. For the later ones, they come out 7 to 8 months. This is not too early for some kind
Yeah.
of trailer or teaser
Jeez,
for it.
right.
Yeah.
That's fair,
Cool.
Right.
bro.
Yes. I have two more too, so I'll do one that isn't a prediction and one that is my prediction. The one that I'm not going to be like throwing in as my prediction because I'll just say it. Silksong is announced. It finally gets announced and revealed, and Christian is happy, and the rest of the video game world can rest and be happy as well. But I'm never 100% sure that that's going to be at anything. So I'm just going to throw that out there. If it happens, awesome. Not expecting to get points for it, but yeah, that would be awesome if Jeff gets that win because he got Elden Ring.
Yeah.
He if he gets another thing like that, Silksong would be that thing. So that would be awesome. But my last prediction, I went back and I checked the Game Awards announcements because Gage's predictions like that got me thinking, like, what has Jeff had in the past? And I saw that he had Wonder Woman. I remember that game being teased and without any gameplay. So maybe it's time to see some teaser footage, some gameplay, hopefully, of that upcoming game that's by the same people who made Shadow of Mordor.
Yes.
Pretty sure. So that's going to be some awesome combat. So yeah, I am hoping that they show off some Wonder Woman gameplay at Summer Games Fest.
Yeah.
That's my prediction. Let's go.
I think we're going to see a big presence from Warner Brothers, so I think that's a really great prediction. I think is there any other before we close, guys? Any other stuff?
Do we
Not for
want to?
me.
So next week we're gonna do predictions for Xbox, Bethesda, and Nintendo Direct. Is that the plan?
Yes. Yeah, I think that's probably a good
Perfect.
plan. Xbox plus Bethesda and Nintendo predictions next week, so make sure you stay tuned for that.
Oh yeah.
All right. Anything else before we close out the show, guys?
I will win.
All right. Well, thank you again to everyone joining us live on YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter, as well as podcast services everywhere, including Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, SoundCloud, Spotify, and Stitcher. Thank you, Ro. Thank you, Christian. Thank you, Gage. I am Daniel, and this has been Podcast PXN, and we are out. Much love, and keep on gaming.
I miss
See
you.
ya.
Adios.
Bye.